This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? It's Henry, 56. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Come on, set. Eight together. Tight end left. 3 down.
Now Chubb running right. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Fields. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to get
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
To throw again. Fields. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Fields. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Operating from the gun. Fields eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. 2nd and 4. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
But this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Recon, 152 fighter. Man 5'7". Hey, echo. Shorty.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look in each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them back.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing his Wentz. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On second down, it's Sanders. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 38.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Wentz to throw for it on 4. Goodwin able to haul it in. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 26-yard line.
He's coming. Check in. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Second and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Looking to throw. Fields. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That could really, really be demoralizing.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. Back to throw. Fields buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw. Fields. This is caught, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will make this a 4-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Well, this is caught by Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
55, Mike, got 55. I got you, son.
Wentz now on 1st down. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, Chavo. Mike, 34. Let him know.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Again, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And that is obviously the danger, Charles, of a long field goal attempt.
And what teams are doing now is not just putting their field goal block unit on. They may change it out and go punt return because you have better guys on the field who are able to stay on their feet and block in case that kick is missed. And that's what we saw there, the big return after the long missed field goal.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down. Now wins.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Alpha. Here we go, dude. 61, matchbox, right. Right, kill. Let's go, kill.
Wentz. Man open, it's Goodwin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. Wentz now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
It's our time. It's our time. Switch.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
51 to Mike. Come on, let's go. Mike 51. No gain on this defense, no gain. 57. Mike. Hey, Charlie. Double dog. That's the
Now Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. From 10 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. They run it again with Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. From the gun, Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
90 is a mic. Yeah. 90 is a mic. All day, dog. 90 is a mic.
Operating from the gun, Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
218, chop.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd and 5. Here's Wentz to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And no, it's incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now Chubb. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Cameron Hayward picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz now to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Hey, wahoo! Great.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Looking deep for his tight. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Throwing on first down. Fields. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? You don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Wentz going to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the red zone now, Wentz toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz. That is caught inside the 5. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing now is Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yep.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Smith-Schuster. Darius Slay on recovery.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Fields. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On first down, Fields toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Steelers, it's back-to-back victories now as they move to 2 to stay home next week.